Why'd you have to
we're
stretch?
about ready to go, guys.
Why'd you have to stretch it?
That's what she said.
I always have to stretch it.
Yeah.
It's the only way I can look sexy. Is he recording?
It's time to record, Ricardo.
¿Qué pasó, güey? I don't have my headphones on.
Fasoli's good. Green, red, either one.
We're talking about language.
I make
Hey,
it.
is
I got
the
a
season.
recipe.
It's the season for Pozole, by the way.
Pozole season.
Season.
How many?
SZA.
How
All right. Are you guys ready?
Oh,
How
yeah,
many?
yeah.
Dave didn't take his Ritalin.
3,
Are we bunched up
2,
like a bunch of...
1.
I only got 1 week with the soundboard, and Ricardo already took it away.
I was going to ask you if you wanted to see that. Should we do that over?
I was too irresponsible, apparently.
Oh,
Too
man.
much power.
I agree.
Guys,
Yeah.
it feels good to be back.
Welcome.
Somebody's finally showed up.
Welcome. Yeah, Alan.
Yeah, where have I been?
I'm back.
Where are we today, guys?
Yeah, Dave, where are we?
We had a friend of ours who runs this operation at Social Capital. Let us set up shop.
Santa Claus
A
capital.
lot of Christmas vibes going on here.
I'm pretty sure we're at Elf's house.
Yeah,
Will
this is,
Ferrell's house. This is what it looks like.
he did it.
Yep.
Well, it's nice. I've actually never been here, and
Same.
Cheers.
I like that it's like family friendly-ish. I feel like I can bring my kids here. So
Yeah,
and have a beer.
trivia's coming up.
I didn't
so,
know kids were allowed here, so that's pretty sweet.
We should just ambush it like we were talking earlier and make
Just bring
it
'em
soccer
anyway,
trivia.
Just
Yeah.
bring them
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, we're right next to, Scissortail Park's right across the street.
Just across the street. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. But I feel last time we got on, was maybe like 2 weeks ago. Now that we're back on, there's been a lot of soccer going on
Oh, boy.
since then.
Oh, boy.
We
Just
talk-
a few games.
Just a few games. We talk a lot about the EPL, but the standings look totally different.
Oh,
then and
boy.
now.
Got nothing to say about that.
I got current standings.
Where would you guys like to start today? Well, first of all, how is everybody? How was everybody's Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah.
Lots of food.
Yeah.
Lots of family.
Food and family is how it's supposed to be, right?
And football.
And
And
Christmas
football.
lights and football and come back to the real world, which ain't as great.
Are you talking about Tottenham or are you?
Yeah, or reality.
Wow.
Living in reality, buddy.
Nice. Well, I am thankful for you guys.
How was yours, by the way, Ricardo? Yeah.
I'm thankful for you guys, and getting together to do this podcast is always fun. So I appreciate you guys making me part of the project.
Agreed.
Are you guys thankful for anything else? Anybody? I had to go there, huh? All right, let's just talk soccer. Forget me. Let's go. Let's talk soccer.
I'm thankful for Greg Berhalter. That's what I'm thankful
Oh.
Double G.
Greg.
Nice. I like that one.
We can start there if you want, actually, because
Let's do it.
We
Let's
did
do it.
have some Copa America qualifying.
Jesus Christ.
Last Monday, or last, I guess, it started last 2 Thursdays ago and wrapped up on Monday. The U.S. was in Austin, Texas, where we played Trinidad and Tobago, a familiar foe.
That was leg one, right?
That was leg one.
Okay.
Dominated.
They had a red card. 2 yellows. Trinidad did.
Right.
Within about 30 minutes of the match. And it took us until the 82nd to put a goal in.
Apparently
So,
there was a wonder goal.
Yeah. It was.
It was a nice goal, but
Was it Robinson?
Well, that might have been.
that was later.
Yeah, that was later.
Pepe was the first one.
Pepe was the first
Pepe
one.
Le Pew.
Beautiful cross in, beautiful run
Touch.
near post, and
Yeah.
just flicked it in. And then it poured on from there. Luckily, we put in 2 more after Pepe with Jedi, like you said, and then Gio kept it off.
Well, you
Should've-
better talk into the mic, too.
Should not have waited. I can hear myself fine.
Okay.
Can
Yeah, you guys are great. I'll fiddle with this while we're speaking.
I know.
Well, the question is, why did it take us so long to score? Plus, they were a man down.
Yeah.
I listened to
The low block.
whatever on Sirius XM, Ronaldo, all those guys, and basically, we don't. Once people go and they have like 10 in the box, we're just passing it around. We're not trying to draw them forward.
Yeah.
You don't draw them forward; they're just sitting back, and then you're just waiting for the perfect cross.
Yeah, but that's how some of these South American teams play. They'll park the bus and then just try to get you in a counterattack. And it's so hard just to. I mean, the good thing is that was Reina playing, right?
Yep.
And he's the guy that I think creates
Oh,
the
without
most
a doubt.
opportunities up top. But I think 3-0 is a good score. But yeah, it's tough when they start
But
hunkering down.
the
like
point
that.
being, if you don't draw them forward, you can't crack the code.
What if they
And
don't wanna
it's
go
Trinidad
forward, though?
because it's Trinidad and Tobago. they're not great offensively.
No.
So take the risk. Let them come up, have a couple chances. They suck.
I think we fired in maybe 25 or 30 crosses.
Yeah, that's
seriously,
not the way to
throughout the
do it.
match, and we didn't connect on any.
Those are
obviously,
prayers. I mean,
until the last 10 minutes of the match.
Anyway.
which
Yeah, there
shouldn't
was
happen, but
it was 75% possession for the U.S.
Was that the first leg?
26 shots.
first leg, yeah.
Yeah, first legs, 26 shots, 8 on goal.
The last
Well, I mean,
10 corners to their 0.
Yep.
to provide some perspective, it went a hell of a lot better for them than it did for Mexico. That's for
I was
damn-
waiting to talk
First
about
leg
that.
wise.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. Mexico went down and just stunk it up. I don't
away
think
to Honduras though. That's tricky.
it's
though.
a
I don't care what
tricky
anybody
game.
says.
But I think what we lacked was just some cojones down there because it just didn't look like they wanted to win it.
Honduras is fired up
wanted
for that
it a lot more.
Was
They-
that 2-0 the first
2-0.
leg? And then the
2-0.
second leg, you pulled it off.
Yeah, which
Holy
could
cow.
it could be problematic as it was because there was a lot of talk that when Honduras is gonna go up against Mexico in Mexico for Mexico to qualify for Copa America, just think of the differences if Honduras passes and not Mexico.
Yeah.
The amount of money that won't be generated. You know what I mean? So a lot of people were saying they're going against 12 people because the ref's not gonna let it
Be a
happen.
failure. Yeah.
Right.
But the thing about that game was Honduras was making time from the get-go.
Oh yeah.
From the get-go. So, I mean, they could complain that late goal, 97 minutes, to send it to overtime to eventually go to penalty kicks. They can complain because they scored in minute 11.
Yep.
But they just kept. It was very blatant and obvious how they were trying to, take up time. So it kind of just bit them in the behind. But, yeah, what a way to take it back, dude.
Alvarez at the end there.
Alvarez with the way
Then you knew if somehow, some way they were going to advance.
Yeah.
So what's
like that?
what's the pathway now? What's this leading to? Because I don't.
For Mexico or
Well,
for
this whole deal, it's a Nations League, right?
Nations League, yeah. So now the
Well,
interesting
we
part.
skipped over Trinidad beating us 2-1.
Yeah, on the
Oh,
second
shit.
leg. Long
We
story
meant
short,
to.
That didn't
USA
happen.
passed. But what I think is cool is that the semifinal and the final are going to take place March in Jerry World.
Yep.
And both those games are going to be back-to-back, I'm assuming. So one USA versus who's going to play?
We don't know that yet, right?
I thought I saw something
Yeah,
about
they
the
should
Nations
have the
League.
teams. Regardless, USA will play their game first, and then directly after, Mexico will play theirs.
And we're all going and podcasting.
That would be
Doing it.
amazing.
Doing it.
That would be
There's
amazing.
time to figure this shit out.
And then like 3 days later or 4 days later, they'll play the finals at Jerry World
So
again.
what is this for glory, or does this help with World Cup qualify? Well, we don't have to
So this is
qualify.
to qualify for
advance.
the Copa America, but now it's
for
just
the
for
Copa America.
glory. Now
How many
it's just-
go to Copa?
Jamaica, right?
I think 5 or 6. So the 4
Come on.
teams that are playing now automatically qualify, and then they're gonna have like a wild card game between the losers of Panama, Mexico, USA, Jamaica. I think those are gonna be good games, man.
And that's all
Panama
the way
doesn't play, and
March 21st.
the Reggae Boys are pretty serious.
Well, they've
too.
got Mason Greenwood now, don't they?
I think
Jamaica?
They might. I mean, they've poached some guys here recently.
Ladies, lock your doors.
Miguel Antonio.
Greenwood would be a
It's a
great
striker.
pickup for them.
But,
At least
yeah,
on the soccer field.
Mexico and U.S. both qualify for Copa America, which is more exciting than them not qualifying for
Yeah,
Copa
of course,
America.
yeah.
That's the tournament both federations expect to be in. So
No
and
excuses
it's here.
anymore.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
excuses. These games,
Let's see
Mexico,
what you're made
U.S.,
of
Costa
now.
Rica, whatever, it should always be. I don't even know how Costa Rica did.
Well, they're in a bad patch right now.
Okay.
definitely
Well, good.
great testing
Good.
ground for the World Cup to come.
Yeah.
And USA's in pot 1 with
That was
Mexico.
another thing. Yeah.
Brazil.
So I think they're drawing those tomorrow, I think, or the
Oh,
3rd
really?
of December. Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
that's just
Oh.
they're basically going to be the leaders of the group.
We will know shortly.
That's right. You posted that, and I
Yeah,
set
I
you
was
straight.
confused.
You saw that, you shit your pants. Like, wow.
I
You had
also knew-
Mexico, Brazil, U.S. in
what
the
a
same
group.
group. I'm like, oh.
I also knew that if I got it wrong, people are going to comment on it to
Oh,
tell
yeah.
me that I'm wrong. So like,
I was
this is
there.
going to get some engagement right here.
It's totally there.
It was funny though. It was fun.
So what is the U.S. What was who was left out of the U.S. roster? Did we have everyone?
Well, Pulisic and Weah were not there.
Okay.
Because they were injured, right?
Yeah. McKinney left for the second leg, and
What happened to Dest?
then
Anything?
early? Yeah.
Such a red. That's unnecessary.
spazzed out.
Dude. That looks so bad
He got so angry.
for no reason.
He was furious about the calls he didn't get prior to, and then it just exploded after that.
Time to be a professional, right?
He-
McKinney
he-
went through it with
but
his
he has
little shenanigans and
But Dest has a history of this, and he
yeah,
doesn't
right,
seem like he's
right.
running.
He's like Suarez now.
Yeah. At least he's not biting people.
The one thing I did like
Yet.
is how the same teammates were just calling him out right then and there, and that
yeah.
just shows that like, hey man, like they're about it. I'm gonna let you know when you're fucking up. 'cause
And they probably went at him in the
Tim Reed.
halftime
Definitely.
locker room as well, as
Definitely.
they should.
Definitely. That'd be
100%.
because if that happens in the World Cup, like man, like we're not gonna want you back.
Yeah.
You know, like don't even dare.
Yeah.
I mean, I
So-
saw an opinion said if you respect and fear your manager, you don't.
It doesn't even cross your mind.
Yeah. So
No.
That's true.
that opens up a lot of.
Greg
questions,
is
I
pretty
guess.
intimidating when you look at him over there in his old Nike shirt
And his Nikes, you know.
His
yeah.
Nike
He's
Jordan
dressing like the
shoes.
13-year-old
with his
nephews
arms
on
folded.
his head.
His arms folded to make his arms look bigger.
I can't complain about how he's dressed because eventually I'll be dressed like that too. You know.
Guys, this is the hottest trend
Get
on
a free
TikTok.
fit, yeah.
Hey, if they didn't give Greg the job, who would have you preferred for it to go to?
Not Mourinho.
Realistically,
Sedan.
I would love Jose to come. It'd be amazing. All the quotes and stuff. He would never come, but it'd be fun.
I hadn't even thought about it. Who was being thrown around? I mean, I know Mourinho was,
the
but
only other one that was realistic was Jesse Marsh.
I'd take
Gross.
that. Nah, I'd be all right with that.
Jesse Martin.
I don't know if his style fits international soccer. So
Well, to put a button
It's a
on
high
the
block. It's a high press.
Copa
right?
America stuff, the only other thing that's left is they announced the final will take place in Florida,
yeah, Miami, right?
Miami.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying? Oh, wow. That's it's the hotbed right now, right?
Yeah, Copa America's in Miami.
It's
What's
like the
going on down
soccer
there
hub
right
of the
now.
U.S. right
Well,
now.
I don't know, man. I'd say Dallas. You know, Dallas has
Well,
gotten a
it's
lot of
got the
great games
semis,
too.
right?
I think Dallas might hopefully get the
Just
final.
the MLS
That would be
team.
crazy if they
Not
got
the
the
World
final.
Cup.
The MLS team is driving it, though. It's the popular venue, Miami. I mean,
Yeah,
We
the
all
Hard
know.
Rock, I think it's what it's called.
Yep.
Nice. Well, there's Copa America. There's Nations League.
Yeah, we got the international break out of the way. I don't think there's one until March. So
Yeah,
Right,
that's
right.
what it looks like.
we're in club.
It's club season. It's getting
club
hot.
season.
it's called Club Hell, if
The
you ask me.
EPL is getting hot. How
Is-
has everybody
is it
felt about
really?
the EPL?
Is it really?
The U.S. men's team has a game in January.
Oh yeah, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
heard they're charging absurd prices for this game that
Slovenia.
doesn't matter at all.
in San Antonio. by the
Slovenia?
way.
Hey, they qualified. We did have Euro qualified, too. They're down to the
They
playoffs.
did.
We can get to that later.
They
but-
qualified on the last match day.
Yeah, Slovenia.
Yeah.
So
Is that why the U.S. is playing them?
probably not. But
a Greg
now,
special.
Now it's a marquee matchup.
Greg special.
We made it to the Euros, so we got to
That's
play
right.
Slovenia now.
Nice.
Hey, if Qatar could come play us over here, then USA can go to the
That's
Euro,
right.
European games, whatever.
Yeah, but EPL, fuck me, huh?
That same week, yeah, I guess Saturday morning started off City and Liverpool, right? Early 6:30,
What a
Yep.
game!
1-1.
I didn't get to watch it.
I watched it.
Some great goals. I really like. I like them both, but Trench was pretty.
That was out of nowhere, also.
Trent's was out of nowhere, but it was a good shot.
just a great way. I think what was more impressive is how he got to the shot. You know, he took a touch with the outside of his foot and then just quickly ripped it with like no chance. You know,
He took it early.
No space. He just quickly shot it and placed it. That was a
Hey,
great.
how about Luton?
How
Oh,
about
their
Luton, man? How about Luton? Round of
First-
applause for
first,
the boys.
First home win, right?
Round of applause for the boys.
Round of applause for your Champions League boys.
Yeah, second win,
Luton.
first at home.
Dreams are real.
Hey, look,
But-
they
but-
should stay up. They should stay up.
Speaking of Palace, is Roy Hodgson's going to last the season?
You mean life or the team?
Well, that's a question in itself, but yeah, the season.
I don't know. I don't think.
yeah.
Palace-
I mean, he
Palace
is
is better.
defying all the odds.
Him and Biden.
Palace
you
is
wanna-
too talented
Yeah.
to have him, the manager.
Yeah. I mean, he of all the little dudes just floating around like Allardyce and all these dudes, he's outlasting them all.
Yeah, but what about that
He's
goal
done.
by Elise to start off?
Oh yeah,
To
it
get
was-
Palace tied?
yeah.
That goal was awesome.
Yeah.
It was
Hell of a
maybe
strike.
goal of the season for about 24 hours.
They don't have any expectations, so yes, he stays around. If they're between mid and lower table, they don't care. They never are above that. So if he can do that and they're not relegated, the guy could grow up to be Moses and manage the team.
He's there.
Yeah.
I want to talk about a game that happened in the previous match day, but the game that I really enjoyed was the City Chelsea game.
Oh, my.
What about that game, man?
4-4.
That was wild.
What about Palmer though? Just
Glad
to
we
take that
have him.
PK
Glad
right at
we
the
have
end,
him.
man. That was such a moment, you know, shows the type of cojones that guy has, dude. To
It also
shoot a penalty
shows
kick like that.
the Jekyll and Hyde of my club, Chelsea. We can get up for a City and play great soccer the whole match, and then we just go get dumped on 4-1 by Newcastle. the next
Yo,
week.
man, talking about that Newcastle game, the thing that impressed me was just how defensively they were just caught in some terrible moments.
Terrible.
Yeah,
Like,
Thiago Silva's
I heard he had a
Gave it
blunder.
away.
pass back, yeah.
but who else did that weekend too? That's an understandable one. But like getting caught with such open pockets and certain plays was more like crazier to think than Silva's happens, you know. But he's a great guy player. But ooh, some of these plays, I was just like, Jesus.
Eddie Howe's a smart coach.
It's a
He
mess
really
in the
is. He
back.
might be simple, but he's smart. And did Reece James get a red in that? Was that match?
Yeah.
2 yellows, yeah.
What
Two
what
stupid
minute
ass
was
yellows.
that?
Yeah, the second one was.
He'd already been scored on like 3 times, I think.
It's
right?
probably 2 or 3-1 by then.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, he didn't need to pull back that player. Was it on Gordon?
That was the worst second yellow I may have ever seen in my
he
life.
Didn't, he didn't
Was
need
it
to do
worse
that.
than Dest's?
Well,
Maybe
at
not.
least Des did his with force. Like, Reece barely touched
Well,
the
Reece
guy.
is in trouble
Like,
now
you're
all
gonna
the
foul
time,
the guy.
right? I mean, he was.
I don't think he's got 90 minutes for us this season.
Yeah.
Either injury or just getting subbed off. Or
Hey, so
red
back
cards.
back to the Chelsea City match though.
Thank
I
you.
kind of think this is going to be a really tight title race because I think City's defense is more gettable this year for whatever reason. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe it's because Rodri had to leave for a few games. I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Stones has been in and out of the lineup.
Yeah.
too,
Yeah,
so.
I can't keep track. Is it Kanji, that guy? He's in there, but
Yeah.
I can't keep track of their back four. Or
Ake's
3 or
been
whatever
in.
they play.
Yeah.
It was a wild match.
I
I
think
mean,
Pep does that on purpose.
Stone seems like he's disappeared. And
I think he's banged up.
okay. They don't need him.
I could be wrong. I mean, yeah, poor City, right? No, screw that.
No, who cares?
Arsenal should have drew with old Brentford there, 0-0.
Yeah, but we
Oh,
squeaked one away with
boy.
our star boy.
Kai
And he scored
Havertz
again today.
Finally
Or
scored.
the
yeah.
German left back.
Yeah, the
You know?
German-
There's apparently a chant. There's a
left
nice
back,
little
yeah.
chant about him too. I guess about the 60 mil. I'm not going to get into details because that's
Yeah.
not my thing.
But hey, he's hot right now. He scored today, Champions
Yeah, he
League as
scored
well.
for
He
Germany.
scored the
Is he-
first one. Scored for
Was
Germany.
it was his goal? He's good at tap-ins.
It was basically a tap.
I would
in
say
He's
today.
always
that,
in the
yeah.
right spot.
He just made a good run, second post, and just got out the good end of a cross. He nutmegged the keeper with his head.
basically.
Well, good for fucking him.
Yeah, he
Interesting.
needs that. He
Hey,
needs that.
you talk about the title race though. Arsenal squeaks out a 1-0 like that.
Yeah, man.
That's
And-
stuff that pays off.
And the top of the table is
Down
about
the
as
end.
cold as it is on a cold, windy Oklahoma day, man.
So, them to squeak that out late,
Yeah.
they'll take anything they get. Like,
But it's anybody's race. Anybody's race.
I
You
agree.
know. I also, you know, Man U, what, 6th place?
they're actually in the finest form.
Have you won 6 in a row? Is that what I heard today? In league?
Good form.
We've won 4 in a row away, and then they've won the last 6 out of their 7. The lone loss is against City, the 3-0.
Who do they have next? Anybody worth?
Newcastle.
Alan said it
This
don't
weekend.
matter.
Oh,
And
man.
then
It's gonna be a good game.
Chelsea next
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
At St. James's. Yeah.
It's gonna be a good
Yeah.
game.
That's a double game week, huh? Yeah.
Yep.
See how
Technically 3. But yeah.
See how
I'll be honest, though, still, I mean, you would know more about this than me. I'm still not seeing it. The struggle is real at United. The points
So-
are coming now, but it's still not pretty.
So the
Some
previous
favorable
matches,
matchups help.
Yeah, definitely easier opponents. But the great thing about the last 2, today's match and Everton's match, was our forwards were scoring. I haven't seen forwards scoring all season.
Right.
So the fact that they're finally scoring and we're not relying on midfielders gives me a little bit of hope. And I think that maybe they're coming into a little bit of form. But yeah, I don't trust the defense still.
Can we talk about one goal you guys scored here recently?
Boy.
Yeah, Garnacho's goal was
magical.
quite surprising.
It made me moan as I
Wow.
watched it.
Worldwide, just getting play. Like
Yeah.
everyone's pretty much crowned it as the goal.
I
Yeah.
jizzed my pants just a little bit. when I saw it.
I
Sorry, but
I showed up. I showed
I
up to
don't blame you.
Skinny's, and we were all just sitting there watching, chatting, and Tyler was the only Everton fan. Someone else showed up in the second half, but he was pretty much the only one, and we were all just like, "What the heck just happened?" And Tyler was like, "Really? You have to do it this week? You couldn't wait till next week?"
Tyler.
It was like 3rd minute, right?
Shout out to
Second
Tyler.
minute.
It was right off the bat. Not a great cross by Dallo, but Garnacho just made the best of it, and it was a beautiful goal.
Minus
Connected.
10 points and the goal of the year scored against them.
Connected.
Good
Shout out
job,
to
Everton's
Mario and the
bad week.
Evertons, guys.
So
Did Tottenham play that
Yeah.
day?
talking about Mario,
Oh.
he gave us a compliment.
Oh, he did?
I recorded a podcast with him the other day, and he was like, "I'm listening. I hear you
Yeah,
guys.
we
shouting
need
me
to
out.
have
I
him
like
on.
it."
nice.
that?
He said, "I like it a lot."
Nice.
Mario
Mario.
Godinez.
Dude, I almost hit him up and said we need to have him on this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah?
This one shortly. I can hear myself very loud in this.
That's because I turned it up a little bit, but I
So you're
can't.
fooling me.
Quit backing away from
Just
the
a wee
mic.
bit.
He's fooling me. I'm like screaming in my own ear.
Trent, he wants to pick up
I'll
the
turn
farts.
it down for
He's
you.
trying
I'll
to
turn
pick
it
up the
down.
farts.
The thing is, though, the big question is, was Garnacho's goal better than Rooney's? And we'll start
I've
with
thought
on the
about
table.
that. I mean, they're pretty similar, right? Well, Rooney's was in a derby, right?
Yeah.
And to
that-
win the title.
To win the
To help get United above
Okay.
City to win the title.
That
so
changes it a little
significance-wise, it goes to Rooney.
We are
as
talking
far
about
as
goal,
the
though.
2 goals, I don't know honestly because they're both kind of the same deal. I think Garnacho was probably further out and at a tougher angle, so
Garnacho
maybe
had
that.
to take a few
Back
steps
far
back.
post.
Yeah, so maybe that one.
As opposed to Rooney's. Well, I'll let you guys go. Alan?
I'd say-
Rooney's is way more important, but Garnacho's is definitely cleaner. Like it was
A lot more
clean,
on the level of difficulty. It was a little bit
beautiful-
harder to hit.
Yeah, it was just a beautiful strike. So I mean, if you're just going strictly off of like how the goals, looked in the technique, Garnacho easy.
Yeah.
Rooney's came off the shin. It wasn't as clean. But at least for significance, that Rooney goal is still one of the best Premier League goals of all time.
Give it to the lad. What do you think, Trent?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I heard Alex Vidal getting interviewed about it, and he said, "Man, it was a great goal, but the only issue I have is why do you have to go and celebrate like Ronaldo?" He was like, "Why?" And then the
Did he
person
rip his
came
shirt
back
off
and
or what?
no, he did the.
He plays with Messi in the Argentinian
That's what I
team,
thought,
and he
too.
still is like Ronaldo's the GOAT. Like he is so unashamedly like a fanboy
I love
of
that
Ronaldo.
about him.
Yeah.
Because
That's why he did that.
Rio Ferdinand defends him in the play and says, "Look, man, he said it. He's played with him. Ronaldo's his guy." And for him to say that in Argentina is
It's
like
bold. It's
that's
bold.
why he hasn't been called up. That's why he hasn't been called up because he's come out and said, "I'm a Ronaldo guy, not a Messi guy."
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah.
bold.
bold.
But that's Garnacho for you. I mean, he doesn't seem to care. He was shushing the Galatasaray crowd big time.
Oh, that's
the
smart.
ref had to come over and tell
Turkey?
him.
But like,
in Turkey,
nah.
he had to come over and tell him quit celebrating in front of the fans like that.
You
'cause
do
he-
not know what's
he
gonna
was
happen
riling
next.
You're
them
not
up.
leaving Istanbul if you.
Yeah, he was riling.
There
them
are
up.
knives involved.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, United got a nice 3-0 win. Is probably the best performance in the Prem for us. And Everton were pissed off. Like they were, doing the whole corrupt banners and the signs. Like they were ready to go. And for United to show up and put
Spoil
in,
the
I
party
thought,
even more.
Yeah, I thought put in the performance they did. It might have not been like that. Might not have been a better timed goal than that Garnacho bicycle kick, just because it kind of killed the mood just a little bit and got United kind of propelled forward. But hey, quick shout out, Kobe Mainu played midfield for us and was the most composed midfielder I've seen for United since
guy,
maybe Carrick, since maybe Michael Carrick.
Roy Keane.
And he's 18 years old.
Nice.
It was unreal. He came on today against Galatasaray, same thing. I mean, composure, passing, vision, decision making.
Class.
Did you call him Mike Carrick?
No, he said.
Michael Carrick. I said Michael
Yeah,
Carrick.
it's Michael.
First
Everyone
name
says
basis.
Chris
Yeah.
Chris
He
Carrick.
was the Spurs first, and then
Chris.
Well, shout out to Kobe Bryant.
Louis Van Gaal used to call Chris Smalling Mike Smalling, so we'll just call Carrick Chris.
Did Tottenham play?
Today, no, they're not in Europe. So.
No. It's in APL.
Well, I think from
did they
week
play with
3 or
Tottenham?
4 on, we've discussed what happens when we get hit in the mouth. This is called the perfect storm.
Well, you have
Holy
calling
shit.
it all
you have 13
season.
guys on the injury
Okay,
report.
I'm going to
so that
preface
doesn't
it by saying we still play attractive football, so that's the silver lining.
Still going
The
for it.
fans love it. We're not getting killed, but yeah, I don't sit behind the injuries and the suspensions, but they're there. Now Bentancur got hurt. We're playing City this weekend at the Emirates
Yikes.
or Etihad. Fuck them. But anyway, so again, just like when we played Chelsea, we were down to 9 men. We still played to win.
Yeah.
So the Wolves game, total crap. We gave up 2 goals in injury time.
Which was wild.
Yeah, and then this last match, I mean, Villa, they're going to put you to the sword. They will take their chances. They're evil. They're really good at what they do. Emery's a great mind with that stuff.
I think he
On
deserves
the
more
counter,
credit
oh my God,
than what he's
and
getting.
Son had a hat trick of offside goals called by pubic hair. As we know, all these VARs are like. So we're there. We're doing.
It's
but
getting like comical.
Yeah,
now.
on
Like, we
halftime-
can't even watch the matches.
no,
without
at
this shit
halftime on
affecting
our Facebook
every
page,
game.
Spurs page,
Newcastle.
I said
Unbelievable.
the more opportune team wins this game.
Yeah.
Villa was the more opportune team. We had our chances. We did not take them. But again, it's not like it's Conte sitting on the sideline doing his bullshit. So I'm happy with our team. It's just that it was shining really brightly, and now it's just like, oh, fuck, here we are.
Well, I
So-
think with the way Ange plays, you kind of have to live with these sort of games,
Yeah.
and then like certain
But-
games where you just dominate.
Not only that, but you have to have. We don't have enough depth to be doing what we're doing, and our main 11 was in all the time when we were winning these games. As soon as that got disrupted, it's on. But I mean, perfect storm. Romero out, Udogie out, Van de Ven out. All our back three of our back four were out, and then Basuma gets a card. It's like I said, no complaints here, but the little love affair of being undefeated at the top of the table. It's time to reality's here.
Hey
So-
guys, this is where we pass over all the clips of every episode where he said the exact same words over and over again. Just waiting, there's a perfect storm, it's gonna come. We're
Yeah.
gonna get hit in the mouth, we're gonna get hit in the mouth.
Yeah.
He's watched Tottenham for a long time.
We got hit in the fucking nads, though.
They kicked us in the net.
I mean, the Chelsea match alone,
And the
we
ankles.
lose.
Yeah.
We lose. We get 2 red cards. We lose our best defender.
Yeah.
Wham, wham, wham. Right? Okay.
Boy, don't-
I thought that game was ridiculous, though. You can't clear a ball. I just think that's such a ridiculous call.
Oh well.
Anyway,
Can't follow through and kick a guy in the shin though.
Poch's homecoming. Whatever.
I think the defender's getting the ball out. I don't know.
But to Trent's point, it is almost impossible to celebrate a goal when you know it's close. I don't even do it anymore.
Takes
I
everything
wait.
out of it.
Everybody's like, I'm like, no, just wait.
Yeah.
Fucker's gonna be off.
Yeah.
I think that's like signs of depression. So kind of like, I don't even want to celebrate anymore because I know it's coming like
Right.
You're
Right.
waiting. Everybody's checking the linesman. You're just like, nope, it's got to be off.
You got to
It's gotta be
celebrate
off.
when you
It's gotta
score,
be
man,
off.
because that's about the only celebrating we get to do sometimes.
They're doing a great job in not letting us celebrate.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we'll transition, keeping in North London. Jesus. What's Arsenal think they're doing? They beat Lens 5-0 today.
That was nuts.
Now they're at the
all
top of
over
the table.
5 different scores,
This is like,
Wasn't
Hey,
it 6?
we're in a new era, man.
Wasn't it 6?
It's over
Jorginho
from here.
got one at
Now
the
that we
end.
have first place, we're not gonna let it go, and nothing's
oh, is
gonna
that
happen.
right?
Nothing's gonna happen. There, what could go wrong?
It was 6-0, by the way.
Oh, was it 6?
Yeah, it was
Most of it
6-0.
in the first half.
In a span of like 17 minutes, they scored like 4 goals.
So they're going to win their group. It looks like they're or maybe already qualified.
through, definitely.
Yeah,
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 they
yeah.
I think the
But
most.
PSV's in their group too, correct?
I think so. Yeah, PSV got PSG.
PSV.
V. I think so.
Eindhoven. Ricardo Pepi scored the game winner today.
Who'd they play?
Sevilla.
And what's the table look like?
So now Arsenal won, and PSV won, so they're through.
so they're both
Ricardo
through.
Pepi
I
scored a
don't have
goal
my
here
glasses.
late.
I'm old.
Arsenal's on 12 points, PSV's on 8. So PSV's, yeah, I mean, well, yeah, with the goal differential, they should be through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ricardo
Speaking of
Pepi.
which, if we want to just back up on Champions League to yesterday, what a load of shit. This Newcastle PSG.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Really? A handball that ricochets off your body at the speed of light.
It's a terrible call.
And then today, McTominay didn't get called.
Oh, really?
It hit like right in the shoulder bicep area, and they didn't call it. And I thought for sure, I was like, knowing the rules that they usually do, including the game yesterday, I was like, they're going to call
Well,
this PK.
and the lady came on afterwards on Paramount Plus and said that was the right call.
Yeah, it was-
I was ready to jump through the screen and hit Micah Richards in the face.
They have her on specifically to discuss VAR decisions. And every time she comes on, I think the opposite of what she's on there
What?
saying.
You can't call a ricochet like that.
No.
Because the cross was not going to go through.
But they have been in Europe. They
I
have
get
been.
if it's your extended
It's
arm and it
stupid.
hits your arm,
It's
but if it's hit
stupid.
your chest and then your arm, how is that ever going to get crossed to the guy that was intended
Last year in Europa, I think Martinez had a ball deflect off of his thigh into his arm, and they called the PK for that. I'm like, that's ridiculous.
He was probably running too, so his arms are supposed to be
for?
by
Right,
his side
it's a
while he
running, it's a
runs,
running
right?
motion.
Yeah, that's how you run. That's
And
how you
so-
jump too. That's
And
how you
jump. And
yeah.
jump. That's the good one.
Yeah.
Why was his arm up here when he was jumping? Because
Well, at
that's
least
how you
You're
jump
supposed
if
to
you're
jump
up-
like a fish, like a fish.
Yeah, at least Milan had a terrible match against Dortmund, so
Oh,
now
wow, yeah.
Newcastle is in the driver's seat, so
It's
to
still-
speak, for the
yeah,
last
it's still
match.
alive.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got everything to play for, right?
So, and Newcastle Who do they play? They've got. Must be Milan. No, it's Dortmund again, I believe.
I think it's Dortmund.
It's Dortmund at home.
Home.
Maybe. Anyway, that'll be an exciting finish because that was the group of death, right? I mean, Milan, Dortmund, PSG, Newcastle.
Yep.
Well, yeah. And then you today, 3-3. Did you tie Copenhagen the other time, too?
No, they beat us in the end.
Yeah, that penalty kick or whatever.
Because Dallo completely capitulated.
That must have been an early
side.
game. I looked at my phone. And
So today's match actually was pretty darn good, except Onana had 2 howlers.
Boy.
And one of their goals was just like a perfect like cross.
Okay.
He kicked it near post. Like it was great. But the 2 other goals, Onana should have handled.
Ooh, man, they look pretty bad.
Man, that third one, I don't know. That was a rocket. Where
Yeah, no, I don't blame him for that one.
That was tough.
That was a great goal by them.
Yeah, that was.
boy, jury's out on Onana. I mean, that's
He actually has-
consistently.
He actually has.
That's are really good in the EPL right now.
It's
he's,
Ten Hag's
he's done
boy.
great in the. Yeah, for some reason in the Champions League, he keeps capitulating completely.
It's just a bad game.
He's been good in the EPL. I don't
Yeah.
recall that.
He has the 3rd highest save rate, and
Maybe the last
he's tied
6
for
games
most
or
in
something.
clean sheets in
Okay.
the EPL.
Okay. I think he started shaky.
He did.
Okay.
He did. But for some reason in the Champions League, it's continuing.
Okay.
So one of the
just
goals,
unlucky, man.
Martial tried to like head it away on the free kick. I don't understand what he was doing, but it threw Onana off. But for some reason, he went with a fist, and I was like, "Why are you going with a fist? Just hit it with a hand." But anyway, yeah, I don't understand his decision making sometimes, but hopefully,
But you're in the bottom of the table with 1 to go, but you
Yeah.
can still qualify.
if
Last-
if Copenhagen and Galatasaray get a tie and we beat Bayern Munich, so it's a tall order.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a tall order.
Way to save the best for last, huh?
Yeah, I don't really have high hopes, and I don't really care.
Well, but Bayern's already qualified.
Already
then
qualified.
maybe.
They might
already
not even play
qualified.
anybody. So
They may
you
not.
never know.
They may not. We'll see.
You guys were talking about Arsenal, and I was gonna also bring up Ramsdale's game the other day.
Oh.
He almost made the exact same mistake Thiago Silva made.
Oh yeah.
He
Yeah.
played today.
No, he
on the
played. I think
weekend.
over in the weekend.
Brentford game.
Yeah, and he,
Are they rotating those guys now?
not
Raya-
anymore. I think
they-
Ramsdale might have officially lost his spot after that game.
No, they played Brentford, so Raya couldn't start.
Oh,
against
got
Brentford
it.
Because
Okay.
that's where they got him from. So Ramsdale had to play, I believe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and there was one play where he just nearly gave it to him like Thiago Silva did.
Yep.
And I was just
Had to
like,
give away.
wow. I mean, it might be confidence. I don't know what it is. Being under those between those 3 posts, it's a difficult job, man. And any mistake you make will cost you. Onana's a great keeper, but mistakes just make you look so bad sometimes, man.
We're learning that with Matt Turner right now for the U.S.
They
men's
got
team.
busted
right now.
back at Nottingham, right? And
Yeah, and it
Lost
gave,
the spot.
Gave some crap goals away to Trinidad here
He
recently.
did.
So
He did.
we need to find the next guy to pressure him, to push him.
Who's that? Johnson?
It's probably Slonina, honestly. The 19-year-old who's out in Belgium on loan right now. He was with the Fire for a little bit. Chelsea actually bought him, but we're going to loan him out till God knows
Don't
when.
you buy? You're still
Well,
doing that shit?
They buy people just to loan them.
Todd.
I
Just
think
to
that
loan
was
them.
when we bought him last year, yeah, so it wasn't even part of the new buys.
They don't have that
But
oligarch money anymore.
I think Slonina's our next guy as the U.S. men's keeper because
Well-
I think Turner's probably had his day. It's probably on the backside of his career, even though his career's been pretty short.
Yeah.
If you're not starting big time, you're not going to
So what about Real, Barca? Real's already through.
Real's through.
Barca won today 2-1. Right?
Rodrigo and Bellingham are both on fire.
Yeah.
Rodrigo apparently is just scoring for fun, and Bellingham's still
Bellingham's
scoring.
sick.
Rodrigo's
Yeah.
doing like Ronaldinho, but like with minus 50-pound play. You know, like
Yeah.
he's just running through these players.
Yeah,
And Bellingham goal, like they just can't stop that guy. I think the way that they're playing though suits Bellingham very well because they don't have a true forward, so it allows Bellingham to come in like as a false 9 or, you know, because you got Vinicius. Well, when they had Vinicius and Rodrigo on the wings, and Bellingham just comes in through that empty space in the middle, and he capitalizes his timing and his space very well. So
do you see it's the best start to a Real Madrid career
better
ever?
than Ronaldo.
And Di Stefano, the best ever.
Best ever. So we'll see how long that lasts. Hopefully he doesn't get injured. But he officially, I think I did see that Bellingham plans on staying at Real Madrid for 15 years. So
I was thinking that today. I was like, this dude doesn't have to leave. Right?
no
Exactly.
hope in seeing him in the EPL anytime soon.
Where would
So-
you have to go if you're him?
Where do
think-
you go from there?
I think the question, like, how many Ballon d'Ors does he win?
Man, now that
I mean-
Messi's not going to be able to, well, unless he wins the World Cup, who knows? But
I'm kidding.
I mean, Garnacho's going to get at least 2, so.
Right? Just from his performances at Man U, because he's never going to play for Argentina.
2 Europa Leagues. Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, so, right now, Barca's in the Liga, they keep getting hit in the mouth, but there's some questionable plays that they just get called on and plays that they don't get. If VAR exists, there's no way a player should be able to tackle Lewandowski in the PK box and not get called. Like, there's some stuff that isn't getting called.
It's still early. It's still November. Girona's kind of came back down to earth.
Yeah.
They kind of came back down to earth.
They're tied with Real Madrid at the top.
If they play Madrid or Barca or Atletico, they usually lose those matches. I think Madrid already beat them like 3-0 this year. But
it's a tight race.
For Girona, they're beating everybody else, so that's huge for them. But don't forget, Girona is owned by the City Football Group, the same guys as Man City. So
Saudi money.
Let's not act like this will end up being some Cinderella story, because they have all the money in the world,
And they may spend some of it in January.
And it looks like they're going to start doing that. So
Atleti, they're rolling through. Go ahead.
Yeah, have you seen Atleti?
They're rolling through they're rolling through Champions League though. They're good at the Champions League.
Well, they're also like third.
Always.
They're third in La Liga, and they're scoring more goals than they ever have. Like their goal differential is actually pretty good.
Griezmann's
right now.
on fire.
And they don't have Felix anymore. He's at Barca, so they've got Morata and Griezmann doing a lot of heavy lifting up front.
Player that had to work the hardest to get where he's at. And
little French guy
with
in Spain
success.
there.
I mean, nobody wanted him.
Yeah.
And this guy, he can play anywhere.
He
can play out wide. He can play behind the striker.
Oh, yeah.
This
Remember
dude
his Barcelona
is
stretch?
He just couldn't do it at Barca. That's all.
Yeah.
He can do it all, just not at Barca.
Not
But
at Barca.
yesterday-
he's so loyal to Atleti. That was just a weird deal.
It was strange to me, too. And then
Yeah.
João
Forced,
Felix
definitely
is
forced.
kind of the opposite. Well, he's been good at both places, I think. But he scores the game winner yesterday for Barca.
Yeah, the Jows did.
And João Cancelo and Felix. You're right. Yeah.
Jow.
The Portuguese scored. The Portuguese guys scored the winner for their Spanish team against Porto, the Portuguese team, in Champions League. That had to hurt.
Well, the funny story was behind is that João Felix, when he was young, got let go by Porto because
Right.
he was in quote-unquote too skinny and couldn't keep up. So that's when he went to Benfica, became the player he was, and that's why he celebrated his goal in Barca.
Right.
So,
Yep.
Straddle me, Dave.
You're definitely gonna celebrate. Definitely gonna celebrate that one. Hard.
definitely. I might sit like Dave too. Better watch out.
Feels good.
Yeah.
I see you.
But yeah, man.
Griezmann, by the way, has said he will like to end his career in MLS. By the way.
Really?
Speaking of, here's
Miami.
my minute of
Maybe,
MLS. By the way.
Yeah, let's take us to MLS because what are they?
One minute?
Aren't they doing
Riley,
playoffs now? Or
Riley, you can skip this part.
We're in the we're in the conference
skip to
finals.
minute 42, please.
Now we had Houston 1-0 over Kansas City. Seattle lost to LA 1-0. Cincy beat Philly on a huge controversial VAR offside style goal, which is like
Was it correct or completely wrong?
I think it was bullshit, to be honest.
Okay.
But and then Columbus beat Orlando 2-0. So
Philly
now
was,
we've got
Philly was in the final last year, right?
right.
Yeah.
They got heartbroken by Garrett Bale and
Yep.
LAFC.
Yep.
So now we've got Cincinnati and Columbus playing each other. Battle of Ohio there. This is on Saturday. I think that's the early one. Cincy and Columbus is at 5.
So Houston made it through?
Yeah, they beat Sporting.
Yeah,
they beat
they're playing
Sporting
LAFC.
1-0, I think.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
But
Sporting,
yeah.
that's a heartbreak.
So Cincy and Columbus, then LAFC and Houston. The final is in Ohio regardless because of, I think maybe
COVID.
one way or the other, the Eastern Conference or Western Conference hosted. I think it was points, the Sports Shield winner, so either way, the final will be in Ohio, but yeah. Cincy and Columbus and Houston and LAFC.
In LeBron's backyard?
Do not count out Houston, by the way.
No.
Hector Herrera is carrying that damn
Bro.
franchise, right?
He's aging like fine wine, but will not get another chance with the selección.
I don't think so either.
No, man. I would like to see.
Maybe they take him on the roster.
Maybe. I don't think so.
How old is he? 32 right now?
I don't know, but he's verbalized his frustration about not being called up, considering that he's taken this team to where they are now. He took him to a final.
Maybe Blanco should come back.
Blanco? He played a friendly against Chivas, and the clips are freaking hilarious, dude. You should have seen how many pelvis pumps he was hitting people with. Like, it was hilarious.
Classic.
But to the MLS, I want to see an LAFC against Cincinnati. I want to see Carlos Vela against Cincinnati.
I think that's
Messi,
what we're getting, yeah.
the MLS MVP Carlos Acosta. You know,
Is Vela getting called up? to Mexico?
no, he gave up on them.
I heard that
Mexico
was
a
an
long
issue.
time ago.
Yeah.
He gave up on them a long time ago.
Yeah.
One could say he foresaw the problems that were coming.
He had weird Mexico career. He
Yeah.
had a weird career in general, in my opinion. But
Rumor has it he would prefer to play in the NBA than in the MLS. You know, he doesn't like soccer. It's more of a job to that guy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because his skill was legendary.
yeah, he was.
Griezmann the other day got asked, man, if you can play with any other player, like if you can bring any player to Atleti, who would you bring? He goes, Carlitos Vela.
Wow.
Carlitos Vela.
Remember
güey.
he was at Arsenal for.
Yeah, dude, and he has some sick goals in
Yeah.
Arsenal, chipping keepers left
Things
and
he
right.
did when he played was like, you're like, oh shit, this guy's.
And he
pretty
does
good.
it in MLS. But you asked Zlatan, and he said, hey, Carlos Vela's prime, where's it at? Oh, in LA? Ask me where my prime was. You know,
Oh, yeah.
37.
Yeah,
I'm
he's-
down here
yeah,
turning
yeah,
it up. So
I love Ibra.
shout out to the
Those
guys.
clips are
Yeah,
amazing.
he's hard not to like. But yeah, the MLS MVP Acosta
Costa,
for
man.
Cincy, they have the MLS MVP.
When are these semifinals?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Skinnies will be open. Skinnies
5
in
and
Norman.
8:30.
5 and 8:30.
You guys hear about Skinnies in Norman?
2 weeks, man.
We've been
2
hearing about
weeks.
it for a long time.
Actually,
Wasn't
probably
there like a-
somebody in Stillwater probably canceled their plans for that because it's not been going well for the people at Norman this fall.
So maybe we
had to
should
get
just
that in,
maybe we
sorry.
should just book a podcast there. If they're open,
On the
they're
we
open.
should
If not,
in the parking lot.
yeah,
just in
we'll
the
just
parking
do
lot.
it in the parking lot.
We
I
just
don't
need
care.
power. If anybody has like a generator, like those
Yeah,
gas
we'll have to
generators,
borrow power from the deli. We'll have
Yeah.
to string it
a
across
long
the street.
extension cord. We can make it happen.
I agree.
Hey, if you're listening, meet us up there. We'll make a post.
Yeah, I think we would have a
Norman.
huge crowd with
That
like
would be
signs like
hilarious.
game day. Let's do that.
We should.
For real, we're
That'd
doing
be
it.
amazing.
I
It
don't
really
care how
would be
cold
Just
it
amazing.
watching
is.
matches in the
Could be
parking lot.
Christmas
Yes.
Eve. I don't care.
Yes.
There is a structure there, by the way.
There is.
Yeah, I mean,
has-
there's the visual is there.
Yeah, and a sign and everything.
Let's get. We'll hit the. I'll hit the fraternities and
Hey.
sororities tonight. Let's get them all.
Let's
on
get
board.
Tyler Williams out there with us and be like, all right, give us a date when this place will be open. Give us a date.
For
buddy.
real.
I don't think he'd like that, no.
What about Brad? Would Brad come out?
Brad? No.
All right.
But no, yeah, so this week, can we just run down the weekend schedule of the
Yeah.
EPL, I guess?
Nice.
Yep. MLS Saturday. Hey, it's after OSU plays Texas in the Big 12
Is
championship.
that like an
After
11
OSU
o'clock game?
beats
It's at 11.
11
You
o'clock
hope
game.
OSU beats
So
Texas?
you and the
I
boy
hope
might
OSU
come.
Yeah.
beats Texas.
Yeah.
I hope any team beats
All
Texas.
right, good. You're a good man.
It's like, come on, I'm from Oklahoma, dude. Chill.
Ooh, Saturday. Dang,
It's
Alan.
kind of a big
that's
day.
a big day for you.
It's a
I
huge
know.
day.
It's away at Newcastle. So.
Let's
Okay.
hit the camera with the horns down for the
That's right.
for the picture
That's
of
right.
for the podcast picture. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. That's the picture for the podcast right there.
All right, so after OSU beats Texas on Saturday, well,
Work it.
before that, we got Burnley, Sheffield.
Relegation bet. I mean, that is a.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Speaking of college football, the Farmageddon was an awesome game.
Oh, it was.
Even though you guys
man.
ended up losing, that game was just wild.
It was
just
fun.
absolute wild.
It was snow.
Who's
I
Joe
got
Alvarez,
10 minutes
dude? What does
after
he
it was
want,
over.
man?
I don't know.
I was done.
It was just
I
wild.
was going to bed.
Yeah. yeah.
Past my bedtime anyway.
All right,
It didn't really affect your season anyway.
Burnley, Sheffield.
Everybody wants to watch that.
That's
a draw.
Is that it? Is that it for company if he loses there?
Nah.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
they'll
I like
keep
it.
I'm saying yes.
I like
They'll
it.
keep
He's
him.
out.
I think I agree with Alan. Brentford, Luton.
You can't lose to Sheffield.
Holy, Brentford,
You
Luton.
can't.
Luton with another
Okay,
3
Dave,
points, dude.
you're right.
After that,
think you're
man,
right, dude.
we're undefeated 1 game.
Yeah.
Brentford what?
Luton. Brentford, Luton.
It's a good match.
Yeah, I know.
Where are we
Is
playing?
that at Brentford?
Brentford,
It doesn't
England.
matter
Yeah.
where it's at, honestly.
I agree.
We're gonna get the 3 points
Well,
regardless.
I like.
fears no one.
I like your enthusiasm.
It's an interesting
We're
game
gonna
because
get there.
Brentford likes the 30%
Over.
game. They like to have 30% possession.
yeah.
Luton will give you all you want.
Everything.
Ross Barkley
like
and
them.
Andres Townsend.
I like them.
Arsenal, Wolves.
that should be interesting.
Interesting.
I actually like
Do
that.
we ever know what we're going to get from Wolves?
No.
No.
The problem is, I think that's at Arsenal. So
So what?
That is.
Never
I mean,
know.
that
they
does
just
make
seem
a
to, they seem to
difference.
play better
Right.
at home.
It is at the Emirates. And United Newcastle, 2 p.m.
gonna be a good
Oklahoma
one, too.
soccer time.
Sorry for you, Alan.
That
Watch out
was
for Isak. He's
last year.
killing it.
He's
Last
back.
season against Newcastle away was one of the worst games I saw, and we only lost 2-0. But like just like the effort I saw the United team put in, I was like, that's pathetic.
Oh, no, we lost
It was
6-1.
pathetic.
You needed
we
them
gave
to
up 5 goals in 20 minutes.
You needed them to beat PSG, so they're not so pissed off.
Right.
Now they're going to be rabid.
Yeah.
Those old women I talked about bleeding and foaming out of the mouth.
Yeah, it's happening.
Walking out of the shops. They're showing up for that match.
Rabies all over the
The good
place.
thing is United's forwards are finally scoring, so I have a little bit of hope. I don't know that I trust our defense, but I could see a
It's
draw.
toss-up.
I could see a 1-1, 2-2, something
I would take.
like that.
I'll take a draw.
Nah, not happening.
All right,
Newcastle's winning.
Sunday. Bournemouth Villa. Villa might win that 5-1,
Yeah.
5-2.
I don't know. They put in weird performances where they just crap the bed all of a sudden.
Right.
But they show
Solanke-
up against the big boys.
Solanke's not a bad player. Solanke's
Bournemouth's
not
in
a bad
good
player.
form.
No,
Chelsea-
Kluivert.
Chelsea Brighton, the prey.
Kluivert's the guy now for Bournemouth, right? The Patrick Kluivert's son.
Justin Kluivert, right?
Justin-
You know who I
Justin?
like? You know who I like for Bournemouth is Billing. I like Billing, the midfielder.
I don't
Yeah.
like him
Fine, don't like
because he
him.
doesn't play for Chelsea.
Bournemouth's a crapshoot too, but yeah, Villa wins that game. I'm sure.
Chelsea Brighton.
That should be good.
No comment.
That should be good.
No comment.
Cucurella.
It's at home. It's at
8 a.m.
home. Thank God, it's at home. Cucurella.
So who's not going to get to play?
Reece James.
Reece.
Everybody else.
Everybody else should be good
back,
though.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
We didn't start Caicedo last match.
I thought you had more injuries or something.
Well, we still do for sure. I don't know when Nkunku's coming in. He still hasn't played a minute. For
Was that
us.
an ACL?
Yeah. So we'll see.
I say 2-1 Chelsea there.
Is he training?
Yes. Yes. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He might come back.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
He's very.
He should be
close.
exciting
He's
to
very
watch
close.
once he comes in.
People are
I agree.
recuperating so fast. Brett Favre, 79 days? Come on. Anyway, sorry.
Liverpool Fulham. That's at the Anfield. That'll be. I bet Liverpool puts in 4.
Yeah, Liverpool wins that.
Not if Jimenez has
Did you see
anything to
them?
do.
Did you see Liverpool?
Unless Tim Ream.
Did you see Liverpool play Luton? I mean, this is a prime game
yeah,
for Fulham.
I did, but
I mean, it's not unthinkable. Is
it's
what I'm
at the
saying.
Anfield though. So
Oh, okay, never mind.
if it was in London, I might.
Yeah, I
Speaking
agree.
of London, West Ham Palace.
West Ham.
It's a good game.
Yeah, it should be
Suchek
entertaining.
probably scored a
Hat-trick
goal at the
by
end or something
Alvarez.
with blood all over his head.
Edson Alvarez gets a 99th minute goal again.
It's going to a 3-pointer. It's hat-trick.
All right, the big
And
one.
then
big
there's
one.
no more matches that
That's
weekend.
it. That's the end of the-
All right, you guys
Dave
ready?
doesn't want to talk
Thank
about
you.
it. Dave doesn't
I do want
about
to talk about it. I like that.
No, City and Tottenham.
Like I said, we will play the way we play.
You guys rise to the occasion every now and then.
Our fullbacks invert when we lose the ball, so we will clog the middle.
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar with the outside with City. Is Daku? Does he go out on the left?
it. Yep.
Yeah, you probably don't want him starting.
Yeah.
this
So
Hopefully they start
Pedro
Grealish.
Porro, our fullback's going to have one hell of a game because they'll exploit. They know what our weeknesses are.
Now,
but
that keeper sometimes
we
pulls
will
out
go.
some
We
world
will
beats.
go for it, and so the confidence will be there. We're unapologetic, but we could be put to the sword because of it.
Oh, you guys should
I would
keep-
say 4-2 we lose.
How many farts?
Wait,
4-2?
when was the last time
4
Tottenham?
farts to 2 farts.
When was the last time Tottenham lost to City though?
Well, but that's because we're used to play counterattacking.
I know,
football.
but I'm just saying.
I don't know.
It's been a while, right?
So Ronaldo
I think
with
we
3
lost
goals.
the away game last year.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You beat him twice, I thought last year.
We lost the away game last year.
Oh, really?
It was like
I thought you beat
3-2.
I thought you beat him.
But yeah, historically, no matter who the manager is, we play him pretty well. So
Yeah.
we got that going for us.
Man.
Did you guys see the meme going around of Trent Alexander shushing the crowd after he scored his goal?
And his
but
beautiful Predators? Yes.
But everybody
I did.
was like trolling him because he had been burned all game by Doku.
He was awful. Besides the goal, he was a liability for Liverpool.
Hey, but that's soccer, man. You
that
could
is-
F up the whole game as long as
yeah.
you're not getting a goal conceded.
It's true.
That was my point. You can be that bad all match.
Yeah, but-
you put in a goal, like
Yeah.
Was he playing fullback or in the mid?
he was playing
Fullback.
fullback.
He was
Okay,
playing
well,
fullback.
that's
He
the
was
problem.
Getting cooked, man.
They've moved him up, and it's a better
Yeah, they've done
idea.
that before, but
Probably didn't have a
luckily
choice.
he scored that goal because he was putting in a very, very poor defensive performance.
Yes.
Sounds about right.
I would know. I'm a Chelsea fan.
Hey, so next week we also have midweek games. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So Tuesday is Wolves and Burnley. And then
Jeez.
then we got the Ricardo Bowl of Luton and versus Arsenal.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Who's it gonna
Arsenal
be?
better watch out.
It's at Luton though. It's at
Oh,
Luton.
watch
It's his,
out,
it's
man.
his
It's a
own,
home
it's,
match.
it's his own house divided between
I
himself.
don't know what I'm going to do.
You're going to have to walk through the back door of those neighbors' houses to get to this match, and you're going to have a Luton town.
I don't know, man.
Ricardo, you're gonna have your Arsenal TV a subscription up on one TV, and then you're looting TV on your phone, and you're gonna have to. I mean, you got to support both at the same time.
I watch all my games on
and
TikTok.
the Barca match on the third TV.
That's gonna be crazy. I don't know.
You don't stream them on Twitch?
No,
Weird.
on TikTok.
Only porn.
Have you ever seen those shirts that get sold that have like half, half?
Yep.
Blue
Oh,
and
yeah.
half is
Yep.
Arsenal.
Halfsies.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be just like that.
I should do that with OSU in Tennessee. That way people quit asking me so many damn questions.
That's true.
I expect a thrilling 5-5.
5-5. That'd be
5-5.
awesome.
That'd be
That
crazy.
would be awesome.
They're just
No
gonna take
defense
Ramsdale off
whatsoever.
and be like, just get off, man. You've been scored on 5 times.
They just put on an extra defender and remove the
It's
goalkeeper.
no goalies. We don't need a goalie right now. So it's gonna be thrilling. I'm excited.
I want to see Ricardo
love
manage a
Luton.
team.
Oh, dude, I would love. That's a dream, honestly. Like I used to manage this great team that when we won it all, and these 6th graders were amazing.
Safuma?
Sixth,
Safuma,
5th graders,
that's right.
4th. They were great.
Indoor or outdoor?
What is Safuma?
Oh, man. Safuma lives in the...
It's a legend now.
Yeah.
It's still going technically, but it's not the same.
Is it really? That's
It's not.
depressing.
I'm still in the group. But
Oh,
they're still going.
With the Brazzers shirt.
Hey, Anthony
as a
and
sponsor-
Elio still play.
They still play?
Yeah, they still play.
I got to get this close to me because I'm
The
fucking up.
2 OGs still play.
So it was a beer league team, a pub league team, us skinny guys like...
Norman?
Yeah,
Norman.
The Norman League.
No, we were not
And the
skinny.
Norman Bar. Exactly. We tried to play in the lowest league possible on purpose. Half of us were showing up from the bar because we play on Sunday men's league.
And then Dave would just yell at us the whole game.
Dave was the manager?
whole
So
game.
dudes were staying at the bar after their matches like, yeah, we play at 4. And we're like 13 beers in. And so
Damn.
we get there and Dave wants us to be like tracking back and like breaking down dudes and like, why is no defense back here?
I mean, at least if you weren't going to track
And we're-
back, we should have just got drunk on the field.
Well, we tried that too. We had pictures on the side.
That's funny.
Long story short, it got to the whole indoor thing. Like friends of friends were showing up. Then it got away from the fun, like pub league, and
It
like
happens.
dudes were taking it too serious. And we're like, screw this.
People started griping about playing time, and it just became a little bit too much.
Sounds like Barcelona sometimes,
And then when you're
Yeah.
playing Southern Nazarene
It was-
University's 21-year-olds
Dude, the college
in the
doesn't
lowest
help. Yeah.
division.
If I'm in League 10, I shouldn't be playing against a damn college
you
soccer
shouldn't have.
player.
There really was an OBU college team
Yes.
showing up and playing, and like we were just like, why are we playing these guys? There's no reason to play these guys.
So a lot of factors went into it. Apparently, there's still a team floating around though. That's sad because we're not on it.
Safuma.
We should reignite the original and play them for the rights for the name.
We'd probably get smoked. We'd probably
pink
get smoked.
slips.
Not gonna lie.
Are they still in League 10?
Yeah, but they're decent. I mean, I've shown up and subbed for them a couple times. And
I'm
they're
coaching.
just-
Challenge accepted. Right.
I'm coaching at this
Challenge
point.
Hey, if
My
Ricardo
career's
plays with
over.
us, we might have a chance.
Hey, to be honest with you, I played last Friday and my glutes hurt for like 3 days. I honestly was afraid that the muscle that attached from my hip to my thighs was ripped apart.
Did you play the men's league on
Over
Friday?
30s,
Nice.
30s. Yeah, I
We've
played-
done that, and it was interesting.
It's tough out
I've
there.
not
dude.
played indoor since that team.
Oh, really?
It's
Scored
been a
2
while.
goals though. We still got it.
Look at you, Ricardo.
It's like riding a bike.
Maybe
you know?
this podcast needs to get a team going.
Over 30s men's beak and kiss.
Dave
my-
said he can manage.
the Bash team.
That's
The
a
Footie
good
OKC
too.
Bash team.
Speaking of,
Can we take on the Imps? Should we
I
take
think
on
we-
the Imps?
Oh,
They don't want it. Hey, but they have to start the game with like 5 beers in each player.
True.
Yeah.
True.
We would
That
totally
help.
win that.
That would help.
I saw those guys out there on that fundraiser day with us. They can't drink for shit. The Imps.
Oh, yeah.
They can't drink for shit.
Can't they?
Well, their coach can. He's from Manchester, I believe.
Oh,
so-
okay.
Yeah, that's true.
He was
Yeah.
a city guy, so he was.
Gross.
Yeah, I didn't.
Imps.
I didn't challenge him. He looked like he could put down a pint, but the players, nah. This isn't Steve Bruce after the match or anything.
That's fun.
All right, so next Wednesday we have the big match of Man United versus Chelsea.
Oh, where's that at?
Man.
That is at Old Trafford.
The Trafford.
And then we have Brighton and Brentford.
That's on
the
Wednesday?
Bees. The BBs.
All those are on Wednesday?
Wednesday.
It's a good game.
Oh, wow.
That's a
Might
good
have to
game.
Take off work there.
Brighton Brentford's another good one.
Are you going to go to Skinny's for that?
I'll have to check
That's
my
tough,
schedule.
man. We
I'm going to
take
try.
Are you
all-
calling him out?
Yeah, I am.
Like, am I going to watch this game with you or
Yeah,
what?
exactly.
Like, one of us is going to watch misery. and
I like
the
to
other one's
create an
gonna celebrate.
environment for these big matches.
I'll
Yeah,
try.
let's
I'll
make
try
it
to be there.
He's calling you out. He's basically saying
Damn
if you don't
right.
show up, you're a.
I might. I actually could. I think I could make that. Actually.
Man U OKC.
I think I could actually make it.
You're a bunch of bitches. Won't show up that
And then
day.
He's calling
Actually-
the whole club out.
I think we will. We usually show up against Chelsea pretty well. We actually showed up. There was like 12 of us
I
for the
think that's
Everton
going to
match.
be a shithouser match.
Oh, yeah, I
Chelsea-
saw that pic. I saw
Hopefully
that
your
pic.
goalie shows
What,
up.
Man United, Chelsea?
Oh, God. That's going to be nasty.
Reds
Yeah,
and blues.
Chelsea OKC. Let's show up.
All 5 of you. You got it.
Nah, there's more than 5.
What?
And even if there's 5, we're going to
still
show
up.
up.
And that's okay.
All 30.
I don't care about numbers.
And that's okay.
Only in the goal scored.
No, you weren't there for the City match. We packed that place out.
Yeah, that was hot.
Yeah.
That was the best game of the year.
It was awesome.
Nah.
Tons of Chelsea fans there.
I have to be selective when I can show
I don't think
up.
there was a City fan, to be honest.
No.
And I'm not one to talk about the.
Chase-
Yeah, there
Chase
were.
was
They
there,
were
right,
sitting
Chase?
in the back of the stools, and you don't recognize them.
Oh, okay.
Dudes that rolled in.
Well, recently with Man U winning, they're probably dressing in red.
Well, it's kind of like the dudes that were rolling in with Brady jerseys years ago. It's kind of
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Right.
Then
They
were
picked them up.
Tampa Bay Bucks fans all of a sudden.
Right. Right.
Hello, me.
Palace and Bournemouth.
Nope.
Fulham and Forest.
Nope.
Sheffield and Liverpool.
Nope.
That's a bloodbath.
Probably a bloodbath. But here's the interesting other game at the same time as our match. Villa and City.
I like it.
That's when
Bring
City
your
can
magic,
sneak
Emery.
off 'em. Yeah, no kidding.
That should be interesting. And it's at Villa. So,
Ooh, it's a good one.
Did you guys notice how much Pep was whining during that Liverpool
oh my
match?
gosh, yeah.
Was he whining more
It's
than
always-
Xavi Hernandez?
Oh, no, but it's okay. That's a good point. That's pretty comparable.
I don't like whining.
I don't know where they learned it. Well, yes, I do, from there. But Pep was literally acting like every ball should have rolled their way. Every touch that went out of bounds was just unlucky. Every shot they missed was just like the best shot ever that didn't happen to go in. And I'm just like, you are insufferable to watch on the sideline. Like him and Arteta.
And people don't complain about him, but they complain about Bruno.
Must be a Spanish
And I
coach
get it.
thing.
Like I
Yeah,
would,
Bruno's a player.
I
I
would
mean-
complain against Bruno if I wasn't a United fan, but I just don't understand why people.
Bruno's
don't
a
complain
player.
about Pep.
Pep's a manager, and he acts like a fucking child.
Klopp is the worst complainer of all, though.
Because he
guy-
makes up the most random excuses
He
and
can't
reasons.
handle anything.
Yeah. It's never their own fault, is it?
No,
Ever.
it's
the
the grass, the air, the rain.
I just thought that was funny from
the
the
sun
Pep.
was out.
The sun was out.
The sun was in their eyes. The grass was too long.
The ball was.
The ball's not aired up
It
enough.
wasn't. It wasn't square enough.
But-
the ball should be square.
I also
enough
respect it,
helium in it.
though. He's also...
He's a perfectionist.
Mourinho used to do that shit, too. He would defend
Yeah,
his...
it's a deflect.
Yeah,
It's a
he would-
deflection
He would totally
technique.
put out a different story. And
I don't. Yeah.
I get it, but
That's-
you're just like, dude, you're a grown man. you're falling to your knees when you miss a goal. Like, come on.
I would too, though. That'd make it fun.
Yeah, but then Mourinho running down the pitch when they score a goal.
Makes it
and
better.
Klopp
Makes it
kind of does
better.
the same thing. It does
Freaking
make
Van
it
Gaal
better.
fell on the floor, like, you know
That
what I mean?
was
Like,
that
come
was
on.
the best highlight
Come on.
of his entire tenure at United. That was the best.
We're never gonna forget. Or is it better than the handshake between
Oh,
Tuchel?
my favorite.
You know?
Two total... They stare at themselves naked in the mirror, like,
Freaking
oh,
road,
yeah.
freaking road
You're gonna
runner.
win today,
Tuchel
Thomas.
scores that goal.
Look at me. He said,
Road
"Look at
runner.
me." I'm the captain now.
That was good stuff.
That's
That
what
was
two
a
guys-
great handshake.
Those
though.
are two guys that wear whitey tighties and don't know how to act in public.
Haynes.
I want to see them
man.
handshake again just to see, like,
Yeah.
does it happen again?
I want to see him make out.
No. My handshake
might
is
be.
tighter than your
You
handshake.
can make that happen with AI now.
You're probably right, actually.
All right, so next Thursday, not tomorrow,
Okay.
the next Thursday, Everton versus Newcastle. Could be interesting.
God.
And Tottenham.
Can Everton catch a break? Good lord.
I don't think so.
Tottenham and West Ham. That should be
that's
interesting.
shithousery. They love playing us. We're the two teams that never win anything in London.
Hamas.
So, that have
They definitely hate each
somewhat
other
potential.
there.
Yeah, it's going to be nasty.
Another hat trick by Alvarez.
We'll be all right.
Judy's good.
Killing it.
There you have it.
Well, we do have, I don't know, you guys probably don't care about Liga MX.
Oh,
But
Sure
those
we do.
semifinals are going on right now.
Trentino does
you
right
know?
now, yeah.
You know,
What's the score right now? We just checked.
I think it was 1-1. But if there's anything I want to say about the Liga MX is the way the North American playoff system works. I don't think it's very fair. When like 60% of the teams can make the playoffs,
A lot of teams making playoffs.
it kind of dilutes the
Just entertainment value at that point.
money
It's
grab
not-
probably.
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah,
you
exactly.
know? Like, make it top 8, but now like half the teams can make the playoffs. So that's the difference from teams that play these short seasons, that play these playoffs, and teams in Europe that
Who's
play the long
defending-
season. You
Who's
know?
the defending champ?
That's a great question. Who won it last?
Oh, God.
Was it
Tournament?
Tigres?
I couldn't even tell you.
Man,
Monterrey won.
Was it Monterrey?
The league.
I don't know. I don't watch it hardly at all. Really.
Well, they have 2 seasons, right?
That's a wrap.
I only watch Luton's.
Clausura.
It's
and-
over.
So Monterrey finished top of the Clausura, right?
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
Now
Overall,
we're in the Apertura, and America's up top. With 40 points at the moment.
we don't care enough about Liga MX.
I watch it often. I'm a Pumas fan, though, so.
Yeah.
They're fourth right now.
Arriba
But
las
last year they finished like
Arriba las
17th.
Chivas.
Chivas?
Yeah, you know, it's gonna be interesting
Yeah.
having the Pumas Chivas game.
Mañana.
That was the last game of the season, and Chivas ended up losing it. But it's okay. We'll see what happens.
What about that Chivas Energy FC match?
That was the
Energy,
highlight
where
of
are you?
Energy period for me. When they
Yeah, it
asked,
was.
hey, for games to see Mexico play, what's your best moment for Energy? It was definitely when Chivas came to town.
We brought in
They had
Chivas
legends.
Guadalajara
Dude. They had
playing
legends on that
at
team. Dude.
Taft. Yeah,
That's probably the game with the most attendance that they had.
100% it is, yeah.
No, it'd have to be.
And you look at it nowadays, and we can't even put our own team on the field.
Yeah.
But don't worry, they're selling merch. So
Yeah,
Selling
right.
merchandise
Buy
for
your
40%
merch.
off during the holidays.
buy your merch, Dave.
If you would like
Christmas
some
is here.
merchandise for a team that's defunct and is not going to show up
I'd rather
until
have
the city
coal.
builds a stadium for them, but they want our money up until then for the next 3 years. So if you're into that,
Makes
go ahead and
sense.
get some merch from them.
We got to close stronger than this.
Hey, if you want to buy a nice shirt, the Boxing Day shirt for
Oh,
Skinny
yes.
Bones.
John
hey.
Knight.
Nice shirt
Dave
to
Rader,
buy.
Dave
Shout
Rader,
out.
tell them about it.
Portions of those funds are going to Cleats for Kids.
Cleats for kids.
Cleats for Kids, man. So show up, get that Lion jersey with, Boxing Day.
Go to Mint Apparel's website or Facebook page to buy.
MENT
Cool looking
Apparel.
shirt.
I'm going to get one, interview the mayor just
Always
to turn it
is.
into one.
The next episode, we got to rock our Mint Apparel shirts
Yeah.
because we're on a tour bus, a guided tour. We all have to look the same.
I thought we were in Norman next time.
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah, Norman.
All the way from Skinnies to Norman. But, great episode, guys.
Yeah, so we got a lot of
Yeah.
soccer coming up. We're
Lot.
looking forward to
All
it.
right.
Nice.
Glad we all got
Social
back
capital.
together.
This place is cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan Keith No,
Ryan
for
Keefe,
the
no.
host.
Liverpool, Bino man.
Bingo.
Bino man, no.
World peace, death ray.
Meta World Peace.
Good stuff, guys.
Thanks.